welcome back to my adventures in Reforj. In between this episode and the last episode, I have dismantled the storage room and gathered a whole lot of materials, as you can see here, from stone, some wood and some sand mainly, to hopefully build a better structure today, which suits more the shape and style of the house I have here now. So with that said, let's start building with some sandstone. So we need to craft some sandstone brick. We've got quite a bit of that, so I'm careful think they don't run out. I think we're going to craft some more sandstone. So maybe we'll need a bit of that too. I don't think we need any red sandstone though, so we'll leave that. And probably a little bit of stone brick. Maybe not for this build we're doing today, but definitely be useful in the future. And we'll clear some of my inventory up. Get some birchwood timber and some oak wood. As soon as I've got a few pieces of that too. And a little bit of marble, because that's used to like extenuate the windows. And then we can begin with the build. So we'll start by putting some sandstone down here. And just build it along. At least it's quite quick to build in this game. Keep jumping thinking you can jump in place, but I forget you can just look above the block and it'll create that indication where you can place anyways. It's quite a nice feature they've got in the game already. Even though I don't make building look very smooth myself. Evidenced for now. While I'm here, I'm going to change some of this dirt to grass because it looks a bit out of place at the moment. So, if we turn all this into grass, that's a really good feature they've added recently, is the fact that you can pick up grass blocks as well as dirt blocks. It does make things look out of place when you're stuck with the dirt, as it doesn't generate back to grass over time like it does in Minecraft. Unfortunately. Which I'm assuming will be something added eventually. But for now isn't the biggest issue. And the fix they've used is quite a good temporary measure anyways. Well, let's just neaten up this front area too. I know I said we were going to build the storage room, but I've got a bit sidetracked now. And we're just making everything look a bit more neat and tidy. But it'll all help with the aesthetic of the hut anyways, so I'm not too fussed. I'd love to see furniture in the game now. I think that would be a great addition. Obviously we need some kind of storage system, which is why I'm building the storage room now, because our inventories aren't going to last forever in survival. And the more we want to explore and the more things that get added to the game and the more it expands its library of materials, the more necessary a system like that will be. Plus, if you want to go out and you want to be a bit risky and go explore somewhere you've not been yet, you don't want to have the risk of maybe losing all your noble glass shards or iridium because they're quite a precious resource. It'd be nice to have a place to put those without them respawning. It'd also be nice to see what kind of sleeping system we're going to have, because at the moment the tunnel scouts can be quite brutal on a night time, especially if you've got a lot of aura like I have at the moment. I've got 109 pieces and they are quite volatile at that. Maybe I should have left the roof till night time so it wouldn't have got me up here, but oh well. Now we just need to neaten up this side, because obviously we don't want to leave it as a ramped area if we're going to have a roof on. It'll just make it look really awkward inside. fell off again. I'll build a staircase here actually, so I keep falling off. I'll just be able to get back up. That'll be most useful. Right, so continuing up here, we need a raised bit of sandstone if we're going to copy the other roof in this corner. And then we half slab all that like this. And we just need to build the rest of the roof in at the sides. So go down this side. Across here. Oh, again, we're falling off. Not the most graceful builder. Definitely won't become a pro at this game anytime soon. It looks like we've got a little pet Kibi, by the way. Because the entire time I've been building, and the entire time I was just drawing the build, it's kind of just stayed in there. Give it a name. Maybe give me a suggestion in the comments. Also suggest what kind of furniture items you'd like to see in the game if you want. Whether we could have like a kettle so we could have a cup of tea, or a coffee machine so we could get perks from drinking coffee. Fridge maybe, so items won't be perishable. If a lot of our consumable items were like meat products, let's say, maybe that'd be quite cool, like spoil if you kept it in your inventory, or if you didn't cook it within a certain window. That'd have a different element to survival you don't often see. Alright then, let's just texture these sides to do this corner, and then make the round one for these ones. It'd be really great to see what other sculpted blocks they're going to add. I know they have quite a few in their engine already. They have like over 600, I think it is. Different sculpt, like ways of sculpting things. Obviously we probably wouldn't need it to that scale. Even though if there's a way to implement it, it would be cool to experiment that expansively. But it'd definitely be cool to see things like being able to sculpt the same sort of shape multiple times in the corners, maybe, so we could make small diamonds using the advanced thing, and we could replicate the tree trunks they've already got in the game, which is that small circle area, which at the moment we can't do. But it'd be nice to be able to do that, just in case you wanted to build like a more natural looking thing in the environment and you don't want to make it look like stick out like a sore thumb because your tree's 4 times as big, because it has to be to make it a round trunk. But yeah, we'll just sculpt this ceiling now all the way around. Make sure I get the top one. And the corners do look a lot neater now. Kind of like the way how it kind of knows which shape you want to sculpt it into as well. Because if you had the staircase in a different configurement, it sculpt the corner in a different way to make it suit what was nearby, which is quite cool to see. I'm also going to destroy this marble at the front because now we can neaten up the corners, we don't really need that break. And it'll give us a few more pieces to be able to use around the windows at the back. At least. Right. Now I'll destroy this barrier. And we'll get back into my storage shed. Right, we definitely need some lights in here next. So we could do a go gathering some of this iridium out here. So we can use that as lighting. As I would use torches, especially for the like dynamic lighting effect, because different light sources give off different colours. So lava is red, obviously, and that'll emit red light. And then you've got torches which are blue, so that'll emit blue light. But at the moment, when you place a torch on the wall, it just floats there, kind of aimlessly, so it doesn't exactly fit in with building really well. But I know that's something they're probably going to look to change eventually. Because it just makes sense to... It doesn't make sense to have magical floating torches in the middle of your room when you want to place them on the side. It does make much more sense to be able to do that if necessary. Right, we'll sculpt this block as soon as I forgot about it earlier. Just need to do the top corner. There we go. Then get the round one. And just sculpt those two. Then we'll just sculpt this one up here. There we go. That looks a lot neater now. More intentional. It might be nice to make the walls a bit less flat eventually. Like having something that kicks out around the bottom. But for now we'll just pop some windows in. Once we've dealt with this guy, because clearly they're after my iridium already. Told you they get a bit more violent the more you have on you. Although they've took a lot from me, so it's a shame not to fight them now. There we go, that's one of them gone. Just need to try and get this one now. Although I'm rubbish at the combat system at the moment. I've got to say, Tunnel Scouts are absolutely brilliant. I really like the dynamicness of this mob. And if all the mobs are going to have unique systems like this one, it's going to make for a pretty cool game. And it'll add more variety to the way you think about combat. You'll actually have to think about which animals require what technique, rather than just blindly swinging your sword at everything you can see. Ah, there we go. My skill didn't work, but my house was here, at least. We've got to be able to catch him once. I'm just making a mess at the moment. Let's try again this time. There we go. That ran a lot smoother then. Is that enough? I think it is, yeah. I mean, it's brilliant that they've come up with the idea that they're only vulnerable on the backs and you need to do this like block system. For quite a early rendition of the game, it's a really cool system to I've already implemented. It'd be nice to see more done with the regals though, because at the moment they're just kind of background scenery, and it'd be really cool to see what function they'll have eventually. Whether it just be another food source like a Kibi, or whether, I don't know, you could tame one and use it as a glider or something. Kibis are also another interesting animal. I wonder what other intentions they have for them. Whether they're just going to be this like serene food source, or whether it's going to be, they'll have a much larger function of it eventually. Because I'm assuming they'll have some kind of farming system implemented down the line. Whether this consists of your traditional stuff is yet to be seen, or whether they come up with something completely like crazy and out there. Because I know this is a like futuristic based game, so maybe you could have bionic animals or have some kind of alien cow, which might give you something other than just milk, like maybe flavoured milk. You could even make ice cream, that'd be quite cool. In Minecraft, we always used to use potions when we were doing like ice cream shops or whatever, because we built a lot of bakeries, did me and my siblings, as we'd always worked with food and had food businesses as a family in general. We'd also have pet boarding businesses and all sorts, but that's going on a bit of a unrelated tangent. But yeah, it'd be cool to have like the materials to be able to build more. Seeing as it's an advanced civilization, having more like city type and modern type thingies, so maybe have a coffee machine to wake you up in the morning and give you a speed boost or whatever if you drink a espresso, or a kettle where you can brew herbal teas that all have mystical ways of affecting your character. I think they'd all be quite cool. Maybe having a system where you could make different flavours of food items that already exist, like cakes, even if they've got some kind of weird name. I don't know what other name you could give a cake. I suppose cake in itself is quite a strange word. But yeah, I just think I want to open a bakery in here as well. We've been currently refurbishing one in real life. Me and my family, we've got a home-run bakery, and we've just bought a shop for that, which has been rather interesting to renovate because it's been one of the greasiest places I think I've ever entered. But we've come on leaps and bounds with that. It'll be opening next month. Fingers crossed, obviously. But yeah, it'd be cool to kind of replicate it in Reforj actually. When we've got a few more materials and stuff we can build with. Anyways, let's carry on making these windows so they fit in with my other type of window too. Maybe we can sculpt the top into an arch, like so. There we go, I think that looks quite nice. And then maybe half slab these sides here. Make that nice and flat. Now we need to replicate that on all sides I think as well. Don't know what we're going to do with this small type of window. Maybe just do a flat. Yeah, maybe just do a flat one like this. You get that indents a bit. Although it looks a bit awkward. Might do something else there actually. Do a marble and try that. Well, that's a cool corner. Not what I intended though. Yeah, we'll leave it like that for now. I'm not fully sold, but we'll see. And then we'll do the same on this side because I thought that looked quite cool. And then half slab this marble. But we need to get some sand to make a window. So let's put that in there. And half slab that just so it fits in. Then we'll put 2 pieces down this side. One and... oh, I need to craft another piece now. Didn't mean to place it there. My Kibi friend is in the way. I think I might have to unfortunately hit you slightly just so I can get to that part of the window. Because I can't seem to push you along the floor. Sorry friend. Just gotta knock you over that way. There we go. Then half slab those. Wonderful. We need to go get some sand to make sandstone for around the rim to polish that off. And so we'll gather that now. It'd be really cool to have different ways you could dye materials as well. So if you wanted a block of the same texture but you wanted it a different colour, it'd be good to add that option. I know in creative mode they've got different coloured resins, but there's no way of replicating those in survival as of yet that I'm aware of. But yeah, that'd be pretty cool to see soon. Don't think it's looking too bad. It's definitely not a permanent house, it just looks a bit awkward, but it's definitely not bad for shelter. And I've got another one of my friends back to come taunt me now for my iridium Can I get through the door? Oh, I can as well. That's rubbish. Definitely need doors in the game. Definitely one that needs adding. So storage, so you can put stuff in chests. You don't want to lose. A sleeping system, so you don't have to fight on night if you don't want to. And building a night where it's dangerous. And doors. 3 main points and make this place a lot easier. Anyways, we'll finish up this rim and just sculpt these blocks now. Just the correct shape. There we go. I wonder what the range and weapon's gonna be in this game. So right now we've got like the force that pushes them back with my hand, which I'm assuming won't be a very powerful combat system eventually. I assume that'll be your default. Coming to the world, you're not very prepared, so you can knock them back and stay away, but you can't really kill them type instrument to use, or weapon to use rather. Yeah, I wonder if you'll have your traditional bow and arrow sword, or whether you'll have some kind of like Captain Hook attachment on your hand brace. Quite cool to have a lightsaber maybe. That'd be quite fun to see. Quite cool to have arrows maybe for some, maybe a crossbow that might fit quite well with the like advanced civilization stuff. And maybe have those crossbows have powers, so one of them put flames down it and that could fire arrows. Oh no, maybe like a cannon system would be cool instead of a like bow and arrow. You could shoot out these light orbs. What were those guns in Halo? It might like Type 33 needle gun or something. That purple spiked thing with the like orb of light that comes out of it. I remember using those quite a bit. Kind of reminds you of the stapler in the way to walk. We spent hours faffing on Halo 3 making golf courses and all sorts. Probably not the intended purpose, but it was fun. But yeah, let's change out these floors because they look a bit awkward at the moment the way they are. And put them like they are at the back. Need some sunstone, which is already in my inventory. Didn't see that there. There we go. And there we go. Now I just need to resculpt those into the triangle. Well, I put some zone brick into this one, so I'm still me. And I'm deleting everything in half ups. Definitely not most effective way, but oh well. Yeah, so put the brick back here and then sculpt the corner. Do the same on this side. It just makes everything look a bit more uniform. Wonderful. I need to destroy this block because I made a bit of a mess down here. There we go. Think that's not looking too bad so far. Definitely liking that. I think it suits a lot better than what I tried to build last episode. Even though this entire build looks a bit awkward. It fits in quite nicely for now. Definitely as they implement more materials and stuff, I'm gonna I'm gonna think about relocating. Maybe make these outside balls a bit less like smooth and like do a skirt on the bottom or something. Because at the moment they're all kind of flat. Not a lot going on. But it doesn't look too bad. It serves its purpose for now. Anyways, I'm gonna lock myself back in just in case any of my other friends come to see me. Because they're a bit brutal at the moment. Then I'm gonna say thank you for joining me on today's adventure, and I hope you come along for the next one. Bye!